So welcome back to the sawmill, friends. We got the log splitter warming up because I need to split some wood before I take the wood splitter to its new home over here on the other side of the sawmill. Let me show you. So the wood splitter is going to be moved, and that will free up this bay right here. But before we do it, I need to move those two IBC totes, and more importantly, split up these two pieces of cherry and that little piece of walnut right there. And we're also going to finish up that black walnut from the last video. You guys hang in there. I'll see you back here in just a minute. guys, I think I will probably wait till tomorrow to move the log splitter over there because we got a storm headed this way. It's supposed to be here in about 45 minutes. So we're gonna switch gears here and finish up this walnut so I can get it on stickers and get it ready to go in the kiln probably sometime this fall after it air dries. All right, so I got a couple of boards on that pallet. Now these boards over here need to go through the edger. There's quite a bit of sapwood on that one right there. More on that one and a whole lot of sapwood on that one over there. So before we start sawing, let's warm up the edger and get these boards edged down and get rid of that sapwood. Now when it comes to sapwood on walnut, if I'm doing 4/4 lumber, I want the sapwood out of here. I get rid of it either before or after kiln drying, preferably before. But if I'm doing live edge slabs, the sapwood stays because that's part of it. I just don't like it on the 4/4 lumber, and neither do my customers. Because a good example is this board right here. It's got a little bit of sapwood right there on the side. I left that on there. I'll edge that off after it runs through the kiln. Now a board like this, it's 16 inches wide. This will be made into some high-end cabinets or possibly a tabletop. And when you work with a lot of woodworkers who do high-end cabinetry and high-end tables and stuff like that, 4/4 walnut, most of the time they want the sapwood gone, and they won't pay for it either. They'll pass over this board because there's sapwood on it. So you might as well get rid of it and you'll sell it a whole lot faster. And by getting rid of the sapwood increases the grade of that board, which means more money. I don't know if you guys can tell, that storm may be here sooner than they're saying. They said 45 minutes, but I'm thinking maybe 30, maybe less than that. And over here in the sawmill, we're gonna finish up this black walnut that we started in the last video, and that was yesterday. And unfortunately, it developed a large check right here on the face on both ends. Hate to see that, but it happens sometimes. We'll probably flip this one up and saw off this face right here and avoid that until we get down here close to it. Then we'll try to deal with it and think of something. And I'll tell you what, guys, this is old hat for some of you all, but if you can afford an edger to add to your sawmill, you will never regret it. I went 10 plus years, actually 15 years without an edger. And I got this one last summer, and I wish I would have got one as soon as I got my sawmill. It makes a huge difference on your productivity and makes edging boards so much easier than doing it on the sawmill. Highly recommend this one. This is the EG200. And Wood-Mizer actually has two smaller ones than this. This is their larger one. I think they have one more above this one that's maybe 3-phase. Take a look at them. This is not sponsored by Wood-Mizer, nothing like that. But this right here is an excellent machine to add to your sawmill. Dedicated to the men who with great enterprise and inventiveness put power behind saws and produce the world's most useful product. That's the forward and a dedication in this book right here, guys. It's called This Was Sawmilling. I've seen this book for sale for years on eBay and Amazon. And about 2 weeks ago, I finally bought it, and I wish I would have bought this a long time ago. I think it's like $15 on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. You can go find it. Be a whole lot easier for you. And this book right here, friends, has tons of pictures and the history of the sawmills out in the Pacific Northwest. And I tell you what, it is an eye-opener for somebody like me that runs a sawmill for a living. It talks about the pit saws and all kinds of stuff. And this is not sponsored by this book or nothing like that. I don't even know who wrote it. Ralph Andrews wrote this book. Probably a long, long time ago, if I had to bet. I don't know when the copyright is on this. Let me see here. Copyright 1994. So anyways, a really good book on sawmills. If you run a sawmill, buy this book and you will be really glad that you did. If you just enjoy sawmills and my channel, you'll find this interesting as well, especially the pictures. Some really good pictures in here. This was Sawmilling, Sawdust Sagas of the Western Mills, a history book by Ralph Andrews. Like I said, I got this on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. Go pick it up. It's a really, really good book. I finished it last night, and that's why I'm recommending it today, because I really enjoyed it. All right, guys, let's move on to this log here to finish this up before the storm gets here, because it will be here sooner than later. Black walnut, 4/4 boards, probably about 10 inches wide or so. And we get down there to that crack, we'll have to see what happens. Who knows? And on the sawmill, Joe Maine Silver Tip Turbo 7. If you want to try those blades out, you guys know what to do. Call Joe Maine. His cell phone number is in the video description. And for those that are curious, I'm standing at the sawmill loading arms, and with the new layout, this is how much room we have in here now. Check this out. We got the skid steer over there in the lean-to, got the little Bombalite right there, stacks of lumber. Of course, the log splitter is going to be getting moved probably tomorrow. Got the big tractor over there, the edger, got some lumber right there. We just got through running through the edger. And this right here remains open all the time. I can bring logs straight in, I can stage lumber, all kinds of stuff. And my width right here is 40 feet. The lean-to width is another 14. So I think this layout is going to be the way to do it. And real fast, that was the first time I've ran the edger with this new roller table, and I love this setup right here. The boards go from the sawmill table to this table right here. Then I can measure them out and transfer them to the edger, and it works really good, really good. Then these bunts over here, of course, that's where all the waste goes. And I got those up off the ground so the pallet forks can come under that and lift that stuff up and take it to the burn pile. Really good layout here. And I added one more thing here I didn't show you guys. So the dust collection on this EG200 is not really there. The dust and the chips just fall down below it. So I added a little tote right there to catch all of the chips and the dust and all that stuff. Then when that gets full, I'll take it over there and dump it on the conveyor. Really good setup here. What do you guys think? I think I'll leave it like this for now on. Of course, I've said that every time I've moved this sawmill around, and this is the 4th time I've moved it around. But I think I'll leave it right here. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. All right, friends, I guess I'm done for the day. The storm's supposed to be here in about 10 minutes, according to the weatherman. And the weatherman usually isn't right, but I think he's gonna be right this time. It's getting pretty dark out here. But sorry for the short video. I'll make it up to you guys on the next one. I'm not sure how long this one will end up being once I edit it, but probably not as long as my usual videos are. I try to make my videos at least 20 to 30 minutes. And maybe that's too long. And let me know down in the comments, guys, if you don't care, how long you prefer my videos to be. I've been shooting for 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes over 30 minutes, but maybe that's too long, I don't know. So anyways, let's go get ready for this storm and go grab some dinner before it hits, because I've got 10 minutes to get this place cleaned up and get to the house and make something to eat before the power goes out. Probably go out tonight. It's supposed to have some pretty heavy winds. So in closing here, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. In the next video, we're going to saw up a bunch of walnut, move the log splitter over here, and saw up a bunch of walnut. And then I mentioned saw up a bunch of walnut. We got a lot of walnut here to saw up. So guys, once again, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up. Let me know the answer to my questions down in the comments, and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And a shout out to my Patreon members for supporting me here, and also for the YouTube members as well. I really appreciate you guys. If you're interested in that, there's links down below in the video description. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.